Hey, what's up musers? This is John at Muse for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code. And in this video tutorial, I will be showing you how to add Google Translate to your Adobe Muse website. Google Translate allows you to translate the content on your website into multiple languages. I have an example here. So here I have in English, Adobe Muse is a product by Adobe Systems. The software is focused on allowing designers to create websites without having to write any code. This app is available through Adobe Creative Cloud. So now it's in English, and right up here I have the Google Translate dropdown. So if I click on select language right here, I can choose from multiple languages. So I can say, for instance, let's say Spanish right over here. Here we go, Spanish. So in Spanish, Adobe Muse es un producto por Adobe Systems. El software se centra en lo que permite a los diseñadores crear sitios web sin tener que escribir ningún código. Esta aplicación está disponible a través de Adobe Creative Cloud. So it's a very good translation. I know a bit of Spanish, so I was able to translate it there and understand it. But here you can see there's all these different languages, so that if a user from any part of the world comes to your website, they can understand what the content on your website says. So in this video tutorial, we're going to go over how to add this to your Adobe Muse website. So let's begin. So I have a blank Adobe Muse website here, and to add the Google Translate code or the Google Translate function to your Adobe Muse website, you simply go to your browser and go to translate.google.com, and I'll leave a link in the show more area below. And then down here we see it says website translator, so you'll want to click on that. And then here it says add to your website now, so we want to click there. And then what is the URL of your website? So you can type in the URL. For me it would be museforyoushop.com. And here it says what is the original language of your website. Here you can pick the original language, and then you can click next here. And then here set the options you want for translating your website. You can change these options later too. So here the translation languages, you can do all languages or you can do specific languages here. So you can allow people to select, or allow the user to select which language they want to translate to. I'll just leave it on all languages. And then the display mode, you can do inline, which is how it looks here, or you can do tabbed, like so, and you can do lower right, lower left, upper right, upper left, or you can do automatic. And here it says the translation banner will automatically be displayed when the default browser language of the visitor is different from the language of your page. No drop down will be displayed. Okay, so I like to do inline and I like to do drop down only. You can do vertical or horizontal, and here if you do vertical or horizontal, it'll say powered by Google Translate. So I'm going to do drop down only here. And then here in the advanced section, we can automatically display translation banner to users speaking languages other than the language of your page. And then we have your page contains content in multiple languages. You can check that off if that's true. And then here we have track translation traffic using Google Analytics. And you can learn more about this by clicking on Learn More. For now, I'm just going to leave this one checked, the first one, which says automatically display translation banner to users speaking languages other than the language of your page. Okay, very good. And then finally, I'll click on Get Code. And here I have the code, and now I just simply want to select this entire code snippet by selecting with my mouse and selecting all this code snippet here. And I'm going to right click and click on Copy, or Command C on my Mac, or Control C if you're on Windows. Okay, and now I'll go to my Adobe Muse website. To insert this code snippet, I'm going to go to Object, Insert HTML, and then here it says insert your HTML here, so I'm just going to highlight this and then hit Command V to paste over that and paste the code snippet, or Control V if you're on Windows. And that pastes the code snippet, or you can do right click and paste. So if I delete this and I do right click and paste, it'll paste it in there as well, or Control V or Command V, and it'll paste it right in there. Very good. So now the code snippet is in there, and I'll just click OK. And perfect. There's our Google Translate bar. Very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this little box here smaller to fit perfectly, so we don't have like this big Google Translate box. And I'm just going to pin it right here to the top. I'm going to pin it to the top and to the right. Perfect. And now I'll go ahead and create my Adobe Muse website. So I'm just going to do some quick creation here. I'm going to create a banner at the top with the rectangle tool. and I'm going to fill the rectangle with an image. So I'm going to go to fill, add image, and then I'll just select this image of the ocean. Very good, and I'll scale to fill and center it in, position it in the center. Very good. And now we notice we don't see the Google Translate bar anymore, and that's because this image is covering it. So we can either right click on this image, arrange, and send to back, and now we can see the Google Translate, or we can go to layers and move the layers in our layers panel. All right, very good. So now I'm going to add some text because the Google Translate will only work if it sees text on the page. So I'm going to go to Wikipedia. I'm going to say Pacific Ocean Wikipedia, and I'll click here, the first one here, Pacific Ocean. It was the first Wikipedia link there, and I'll just copy this this text here. So I'll highlight it and hit Command C to copy, and then in Adobe Muse I'll simply hit Command V to paste. And there's all the text, and I'll just make this bar or make this text a little bit wider, and perfect, and center it in the middle. And then I'll just style the text a little bit. I'll make it Lato font and make it about 18 or 14 is good. We'll leave it at 14. Okay, so there's the text. We have our banner, and then I can put a title here like, you know, Pacific Ocean. And I'll say Lato, and I'll make this a bit bigger, like so. And yeah, we'll leave it black there. Very good. So there's our banner, and there's our text, and there's our title. Okay, very good. So now if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, we have the text there, and it was initially on Spanish because I think it was reading the translation I had before. So I'm going to close this, and we're going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and there it is in English. It was just reading, I think, so I had on one of these pages, yeah, I had it in Spanish, so I just read the settings from that page. But here we have the Google Translate bar right here, and I actually want it a little bit higher, so I'm going to put it right at the top of the page so it doesn't really interfere with the design of my website. So now I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and we have the Google Translate bar right up here. And let's say I want, let's do Greek, and we can see it translated this text here to Greek, and all this text here is Greek as well. Or we could do, we can turn off the translation there by clicking the X, and I can select, we can do Spanish again, if I can find it. There it is, Spanish, Oceano Pacifico, and then all the text here is in Spanish as well. Very good. And again, if I wanted a different language, yeah, I could do like Portuguese. There we go. And then here, what's great about this is that it says translated to, and I can actually select here and just quickly translate it back to another language, like so. Very good. And just click translate. All right. Very nice. Yeah, so you can translate to all these languages here, which is really great if you're trying to reach an audience across the globe and you know that different users speak different languages. And then if you click on Show Original, it'll just bring it back to the original language, which was English or is English for this website. And here you can click on Turn Off Translation for this site, and then you can turn it back on by selecting it right back up there. Very good. So as you can see, it's a very useful tool for communicating to visitors from different parts of the world. Very good. So that's it for this video tutorial. If you want access to more widgets, you can go to museforyoushop.com. These widgets allow you to do more with Adobe Muse. So you can go to museforyoushop.com, click on Shop Now, and I just have a bunch of widgets here that you can have access to. I have a subscription for $39 a year. You can subscribe here or use PayPal, and you get access to all these widgets in my shop. Or you can purchase the widgets individually and get the widgets that way as well. I've added a few widgets recently, like the Spotify player, the SoundCloud player, the YouTube video background, some cool effects here, the hypnotic circle effect. I have a Google Analytics here where you can easily add Google Analytics tracking to your Adobe Muse website, and just, you know, some other effects here, neon blob effect. And yeah, just some really fun widgets. Animated header menu is really nice, and the big menu to add some really interesting menus to your Adobe Muse website. Very good. So that's it for this video tutorial. Thanks again for watching. You can check out more resources below in the Show More section. If you like this video, you can subscribe below by clicking the subscribe button. And yeah, you can visit museforyoushop.com. Very good. So that's it for this video tutorial. Again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.